Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, welcome. Welcome to Dusty Granny's event group. Today is all about summer snippets. So let's see. Let's find myself. Hey there, Miss Kimberly. How are you, dear? Welcome. What in the world is this? I just realized that that was so high. I'm sorry. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. My head's not where it needs to be this morning. We're waiting to be shared into the group. And up after me is going to be Miss Fergie. Hey there, Miss Amy. So yeah, so up after me is going to be Miss Fergie. So make sure that you stick around to see what she will be doing at Fergie's, well, it's Miss Lisa, but at Fergie's Crafting Connection. She'll be up after me, okay? And forgive me if I'm a little kind of spacey. That's what happens when your brain ain't braining for the day. So, all right. So I'm going to be working on a snippet, and for those who maybe don't know what a snippet is, I don't have one per se, but I'm gonna show you guys what we're gonna do, okay? So let me turn you guys down. Thank you, Miss Tracy. I appreciate it. So a snippet can be used for many things. So I'm actually going to make mine on some paper backing, because this way it'll be sturdy enough that I can use it for a belly band, okay? But these can be made on fabric strips. It can be made on calculator tape. I've seen a lot of people who can find those in the thrift store, and they use that as the background, as the back part of it. So it really does come down to, you know, what you have and what you want to make them out of. Hey there, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much for being willing to pop on, dear. I do appreciate it, but we're gonna make this happen. Now I'm gonna cut mine to about 1.5. Again, the ultimate goal for this is it's going to go into my lemon journal, but this is where using up your fabric scraps and paper scraps and anything that you may have, bits and bobs laying around, this is where you can use them, okay? So if anybody caught me yesterday when I was doing, remember I told you guys we had these little pieces that we cut off, and I said, oh, don't throw those away. Well, we're going to use those today, okay? Along with some bits and pieces of some lace. And then I'm going to pull out, I just made a mess, my bag of paper scraps, along with my bag of fabric scraps and lace scraps and things of that stuff. So, there's some crepe paper in my fabric. Don't ask me why. But see, like, there's some green and some yellow in here, so we're going to use these. And you can have a theme when you're working with, you know, putting together your snippets, or not. It could literally be just a mashup of whatever you have left. Now, I'm going to try to keep it in certain color tones because I already know off the bat that I want to use this for my journal. And if you guys didn't catch us yesterday, I did this cover. I was actually in Miss Amy's group, and it was citrus themed, and so we did this cover here. All right, it is a overlapping cover. So I do have that, and so I kind of want to keep some of these colors going. Okay, now snippets can be used for a lot of stuff. Once you put them together, you can literally snip it, right? And add this collage piece to a tag, to a pocket, to a page, whatever. Okay, so let's get started. This is my base. It could be any base, really, again, whatever it is that you have. And then all we're going to do is we're going to glue. We're going to glue bits and pieces together. Okay, sometimes pre-laying things down helps, so we're going to do a little bit of that, just because that way I kind of have a somewhat of an idea of what I've got going. So this is crepe paper, papel crêpe, and for all of my friends who pray, please keep my friend Sheena in your prayers. She is going in for she's being induced today, and just pray that everything goes good for her and that her baby will be healthy and, you know, all the things. So, you know, just bits, pieces. I'm taking already what's been torn down and I'm just tearing it down just a little bit more. And then we're going to add little bits of green. Have some green, little bits and bobs here. And then we're going to raid my paper stash and see what we got. All right. So, as you know, when we are crafting, we keep all of our little bits and pieces of papers, right? So, like, that's a green piece of paper that would match. Let's see. Oh, we could add some dictionary paper and pull that out. just have, you know, all these little bits and pieces of paper that we save, right, from when we're cutting stuff. This is a perfect time to use it all. Okay, definitely don't need Christmas theme, that's for sure. That would not be good, because that's not what we're going for. You know, we are trying to stay in a certain color wave. Got some strips of music paper. Oh, look, we could cut some butterflies out or something. Alright, let's start with this. So this is a jelly print that I did. And I'm just gonna tear it so that I can have, so I really want to get, especially in here where all the texture is. And let's see. So we've got that one. So I have somewhat of an idea of what we're doing. I'm gonna start gluing. And then once you have your base down, you can add buttons, you can add maybe like specific die cuts that you want. So that's got a little bit of a snowman, so we're gonna pull him out, but that doesn't have anything, so we're gonna work with that. My body is not cooperating much today in a lot of things. So, looks like I might be in need of some more of the Fabri-Tac. Interesting. And you don't have to stay perfectly in line, okay? You don't have to stay perfectly in line with the strip that you've made. And what do I mean by that? You can go over the paper, like it doesn't have to be straight, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come in here, add some pink in here. Gonna add this nice vibrant yellow, and I do kind of want it to stay crinkled up the way it is, so I'm gonna put it crinkled. I do want to add some blue there. And then we'll bring in the darker green. So really, when you're thinking about snippets, I really want you guys to think of, you know, this, you are collaging, okay? You are creating a collage. And at the end of the day, this is your artwork. Okay. And there's lots of different ways. Now I'm gluing everything down, okay? You could put a lot less glue, and then you can sew over this. Okay, so I just inked it up a little bit because I felt like it. So I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of some glue here. Let's bring in the next round of fabric. Can y'all see me? So I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys can see me or not. Because on my end it looks like it froze. Did I freeze?